review on this Russian Ratnik shelter. These are very cool. It's actually my first piece of genuine Russian military gear. This is basically their tarp for their individual tarp shelter soldiers and things like that. We're going to take a look at it. Comes in the digital flora, the EMR pattern they call it. Very cool, very cool. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's look at it real quick. All right, it comes in this stuff sack right here. It's zippered. Pull the shelter out. Stuff sack is sewn to the shelter. Very cool. All right. Immediately that I notice off, it's got a nice rubberized backing. It's been sealed, so that's very cool, very nice. This is just a half, shelter half. So I'm going to start on the underside of this. There is, down this side of it right here, is these D-rings. They've kind of been, they're steel D-rings, but they've kind of got a rubberized coating around them. So they're silent and they're not so hard on your paracord and whatever you need to tie to it. What that is for is hooking two of these together, because you can make an A-frame shelter, a bigger A-frame shelter with this, and it sleeps 4 people, 2 of these. Also, if you'll notice that there are these handles and things right here built into it, stitched really nice. That's so you can use it to carry somebody like a stretcher, which is very cool. And that's up and down all the way right here. It's not on this end, but you got 3 down here, you got 2 down there, and 3 more over there. And you got 3 down the middle actually. So that's pretty cool. It's got some Velcro right here. You can fold this in half and use it as a stretcher, like I said, or for anything else you need to carry, things like that. So now on the underside too, you notice these right here, and this is for your poles that you can put up and put in there to build the shelter up as a small A-frame and things like that. Apologize for the wind, can't help it. But yeah, very cool shelter, very nice material so far. It's a ripstop. It's not, I don't know if it's a ripstop, but it is definitely, it says a waterproof synthetic material, so I don't know what that is for sure exactly, but very cool, very cool. Get it turned over to the other side. All right, there is the top of it right there. I really like the pattern. I really like this type of camouflage. It's very cool. I've seen their digital, the Russian digital flora stuff for a long time. It's a very cool pattern. Similar to the Marine Corps Marpat, but different at the same time. But probably their take on it, and their coloring and their color palettes that are in. All right, on this side you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 tie outs right here. Very cool. And what's also very cool about this, and at every one of these tie outs, you have this little pocket right here, and it has built-in, sewn in cordage right here that you know, and that's a pretty solid piece of cordage right there. And I think if I do remember right, I believe they are 6 feet long, if I remember right. So each one of these 5 have little tie outs built right into it. So that way you always have some type of cordage with you built right in. We're gonna set this up. We're gonna see exactly what it looks like and how big it is. I'm gonna do a quick comparison real quick. All right, many of you know that I did a review on this U.S. Army tarp right here, the ACU pattern tarp. I just did a review on it a couple of videos back, and I'm just kind of giving you the comparison of the size. I believe the Russian tarp is 65 by 110 inches. I can't remember what this is. It's 6 by something, 6 by 7 something, 6.5 by 7.5 basically. So it's a little bit wider, but not quite as long. Let me actually pull that out real quick. So you're about right at the edge there, so you've got about another foot in length on the Russian tarp, and probably about another foot in width, 1.5 feet in width on the American tarp. So both are solid, both cool. This Russian tarp, very nice, very nice. You know, Russian gear is good stuff. Let's show you. I'm going to lay down on them. Show you. I am 5'7". So all right, there it is. It's set up quick and dirty. I didn't do anything special. I just set it up just like this. There are several ways to set this up, but this is just a quick and dirty shelter. Kind of the actual, the lower, more concealed version of it, because right here you have extra material around here around the edge that basically you can raise this up and it'll give you a little wall right here, so it'll give you just a tad bit more headroom. So I didn't set it up that way. I just set it up like this. I just got it tucked in there, but it could be pulled out a little tighter. But what's cool about this too, though, is that versus the American tarp, you can do it with the American tarp, but it's a little shorter. So you actually have this area right here where, you know, you're basically covered. You know, no rain or any elements is going to get in there. You're going to keep your heat in there if you're using it in the winter time or in the cooler temperatures. Keeps that stuff out of there. You know, you've got your tie outs and all that stuff right here that you can tie that stuff out. Make it even tighter on the ground if you wanted to. So to keep that stuff from blowing around, opening in the wind. Take you around to the other side real quick. It's actually a fairly long shelter. And here I did something a little different just for fun right here. Just to tie this out. Right here on the shelter built in is like a little loop that's kind of the same material as this, just a little extra material they put right there. And I just kind of ran this cord right back through it, tied it off. That way I kind of left it open a little bit so you do get some ventilation. You can certainly take that down and all that, but it, you know, gets you in and out of there. I'm going to crawl into it here in just a second. But so yeah, it kind of leaves it open like that. But you can certainly close this off just like you did the other way without having to do that. Let's go inside real quick. All right, there a minute. Very cool shelter, very cool. Certainly will work, certainly will keep you dry. Dang sure we'll have a lot more room if you have two of them together. But for one person shelter, quick and dirty. And I could have a little more headroom in here, like I said, if I put the walls up. So you got this right here, you got this hole. Get about 4 or 5 inches. Yeah, about 5 inches of extra material that you could raise this up and get a little more headroom. So you're closed off here. Like I said, you can certainly do that down there. But yeah, very cool. Very cool setup. Very cool tarp, very cool. All right, yeah, this is a very sweet piece of equipment. And I'm not doing it justice in this video. Like I said, I just set up a quick and dirty shelter, just real quick, just to get a look at it. First time I've had it set up, first time I've even had it out of the bag, you know. So, a lot of features in this, a lot of cool stuff. Waterproof, heavy duty. Not a lot of room, but if you're wanting something that's a little more concealable, a little more low-lying, you know, this is a great shelter option. I'm gonna get another one of these tarps, and I'm gonna do a video sometime down the future, 2 of them together, to make a whole full-size tent. I've seen one video from some Russian guys, Slovakian, wherever they're from, doing a two shelter setup, and it was very cool. It did have a lot more room. You could actually sit up in it, kind of like the military USGI pup tent. A lot lighter weight though, of course, because it's a synthetic material. I'm not sure if it's nylon or whatever they call it over there, whatever they use. But a lot of features with this. I mean, you can use this as a bivvy for your sleeping bag. You can make a waterproof bivvy out of it. You can do all kinds of stuff like that. Now, one of the things about this tarp, this is very cool tarp too, very heavy duty as well. One of the things this will give you a little bit more room, you know, just one tarp and a little A-frame setup. It'll give you a little bit more headroom, not a whole lot. But it doesn't offer you the closed-in option like there, because there's really no way to set that up, because your lanyard or your tie outs and your grommets and things like that are pretty much where your poles are going to go. And if it's a little bit, like I said, this is about a foot shorter in length than this one. So if you set this up and you cut off and you want to do that, you better be a very short person to be able to put that, you know, to set up some poles in there to get a closed in on those. So that's very cool of this tarp. It's just a little bit longer. It could set up about this much higher with the little wall right here on the edge, like I said. But this is, you know, this is a great option. And I want to thank Russian Cold Camo for sending this out to me. And I also want to thank Jessie over there at Endurance Room and Outdoors for turning me on to Russian Cold Camo, because I did not know about this place. They are a very cool company, very cool. Now, I like military gear, and a lot of us like military stuff for outdoors because it just works, you know. It's just a solid piece of gear that just works, you know. And they have a ton of stuff. And the good thing about them too is they are right here in the United States. If you ever go look at like Gorka suits and things like that on eBay, they got to ship from Russia, so that could take no telling how long, a month, 2 months, 3 months, go through customs and all that stuff, and the shipping on that stuff can be quite expensive. These guys have genuine Russian military stuff, all kinds of stuff. They have cold weather gear, wet weather gear, different types of Gorka suits, things like that, this stuff, tents, bivvies, biovacs, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of it is in this EMR pattern. They have some other patterns as well, but They're all right here in the United States. They sent this to me, and I had it. They sent it UPS, had it in 3 days. You know, I mean, and that was over. You know, that was like a late shipment. So really, probably 2.5. So yes, very cool. I want to thank them for sending this to me. This is awesome. This is awesome. And like I said, I want to thank Jessie from Endurance Room for turning me on to Russian Cold Camo. I'll put a link to them down below. If you are interested in that type of stuff, this stuff, Gorka suits, military uniforms, they have cold weather, they have wet weather, and the prices are excellent for what you're getting. I mean, the prices you're paying on eBay, some stuff is really high, plus the shipping. You're paying about pretty much what they're, you know, what they're asking for, but without that much shipping on it and stuff like that. And you get it within 2 to 3 or 4 days because it's here in the United States. Very cool company. Like I said, I'll put a link to them, and I'm very much appreciative to them sending this out. This is a badass piece of equipment. I really like it. I like the color. I like the pattern. A lot better than this. Both are outstanding tarp shelters. And it's very cool. This is my actual first piece of Russian military gear, and I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm gonna get some more of it. But this is the Ratnik shelter. A lot of cool features in this that this doesn't have, that are just built into it. So very cool. All right, everybody, that's my video for now. Keep it heavy.